Okay. Hi, it is currently April 25th. I'm going to record my April garden tour. It is currently 83 degrees for our high today. And it definitely feels like these are signs of going to be a very hot summer, which is a little concerning. Last year we had a major drought, and it just was constant watering. So I actually was not home for 2 days in a row and came back to everything being super wilted, super like droopy. So I did give a lot of things a really good water. I'm starting to harden off my um, peppers and tomatoes. I did want to have them out already, but weather has not been consistently in the 50s at night, but it's getting really hot during the day. So I'm hoping to harden them off all this week and then get them out next Saturday. So yeah, I'm gonna show you all of the changes. A lot of things are growing, a lot of things are filling in, so it's always an exciting time of year. All right, we'll start with some of the things that are still like in my mini house or under lights. Okay, so the first thing is my tomatoes, and as you can see, they are kind of in various stages of like looking good and being really yellow. So I'm not really sure. These all were started at the exact same time in the exact same soil. I'm not sure if it's particular like variety. So it does look like all of my like paste tomatoes are the ones that are turning really yellow. So I just watered them. But like these are beef and big boy and they look great. So not really sure. Hopefully they will bounce back. I'm going to give them some like fertilizer and hope that they kind of come back from whatever all this yellowing is. So these are my tomatoes. I'm going to harden them off this week and get them out. My peppers, I am still dealing with like aphid issues, which is so upsetting. They popped up and were looking so good. And they still look decent, but you can tell that they are definitely like struggling. Last week, I gave all of them a castor oil. Is that how you pronounce it? Bath. With the peppermint castor oil detergent or soap or whatever, and it seems like it did help with some or most of the aphids, but I did catch a couple of the new leaves when I just checked them again had aphids, and I just ripped the entire leaf off and threw the leaf away. So still keeping an eye on them, still trying to mitigate. I feel like it's going to be one of those things that's going to be my battle this year, which is new for me. I've never had aphids before. Over there is my tray of like flowers. Let me see if I can zoom in. Those are cosmos, marigolds, and celosia that I've started, and they're all doing really well. So they're looking good. They're not as far along as I thought they would be, but that's okay. I don't plan on putting these out until after Mother's Day, so they still have a solid 2 weeks of growing in the greenhouse. So they're doing great. Over here I have bunny tail grass that I'm trying this year. I was experimenting. These were some really old seeds. I just watered everything, so they're kind of flopsy. But these were seeds from 2003, I think, from some Cosmos, and they all germinated. So just proves you can save seeds and they will last a really long time. Don't give up on them. And then I have some lettuce that I started. And then I started my watermelon. So I have Sugar Baby and I think they're called mini-me's. So you can see one of the mini-me's is starting to pop through right there. So I started those so that they were in a good place once I put them out. This is just kind of like an experiment tray. It's got some chives in it and some just like leftover peppers. So not expecting a ton from those, but did water. And then again, everything went wilty while I was gone. But this is some Greek oregano that I found at a Amish greenhouse the other day. This is some cilantro, and then I also have chocolate mint. And then lastly, I started some more bok choy. The bok choy that I had was eaten by, I think, flea beetles. Okay, here's my perennial bed. So if you're looking at this, a bunch of it has popped up. I still plan on like finishing that where the like soil stops. So it's the underneath my deck area. So I think I'm gonna put boards across there and then some plants that go up higher. But everything in here for the most part is perennial and it's all coming back and looking great. So I have some hostas, some monkey grass, and then I have 2 butterfly bushes, and this is a coneflower, and then right there, I'm hoping it bounces back. That is a hydrangea bush, and then some gladiolus, and I did put in some zinnia, and over here, they've not popped up yet, but I did some nasturtium. So that is that bed. Here, I probably need to pick these. They look great. My strawberry bed, and as you can see, there's a ton of strawberries in there all ready to go. I'm trying to let them like ripen on the vine, but they are looking great. This is still mystery flower, so if you know what leaves these are, I know that I sowed it. I know it is not a weed. I just don't, I didn't label it last year. I don't know if it's yarrow or status or celosia. I seeded a bunch of flowers last year and I had to move them multiple times, and I'm not sure what they are, but whatever they are coming back and they're looking great. I'll come over here to the flower bed. So the poppies are looking great. They're so pretty. They're starting to come out, and then all of the flowers from the planting that I did that fell over are all looking good. I have snapdragons, yarrow, straw flowers, stock is over there. Did I say status? There's just a mix. So this was the flower bed that I had these all growing in cells in the mini greenhouse, and the mini greenhouse fell over. And when it fell over, everything just became a mishmash. So I was like, okay, we'll just sow them out and see if any of them survive. But they're doing really well. I'm leaving the back of this bed for sunflowers and the cosmos, so those will go in. I've had a surprise with, I thought both of my blueberries had died, but this one just like took off in the last few weeks. It's looking great. So I need to buy a second one so that it has the double. My sweet peas are starting to like bounce back. I transplanted them out and then they just have looked really like sad since going out. The onions in this bed are doing okay, but you will see that they're not as big as the ones in my other bed. So I think it's just like a sunlight thing. Okay, here is my main like brassica cool weather crop bed. So a mixture of broccoli, cabbage, Brussels, collards in here. They're all doing really well. As I said, everything looks a little like droopy. I do need to give it a good water. Over here we have some spinach, and in the back corner there's some kale, and then mixed in here these are some onions, and you can see these are the exact same onion starts that I put out as that other bed, and these ones just definitely get a lot more sun and so are a lot bigger. A second pest that I'm dealing with this year that I've never dealt with before are flea beetles. I think that's what they are based on just some research. And you can see a couple of them right there. They're like that black shiny beetle, and they are tearing up some of my brassicas, and I'm trying to get rid of them but haven't had a ton of success with that. I think what will help is these carrots are starting to like jump up and look pretty good, but they're not doing necessarily a ton underground, so I want to take them out just to have some more like airflow in this garden bed. The glads are all doing really well. So yeah, this bed is looking pretty good. All right, we're gonna turn around and go to this other area. I also need to rethink these today. It's about, I think it's about 2:30 in the afternoon right now. And as you can see, they are still pretty shaded, this is where my peppers and tomatoes go. And that is not necessarily great for what needs to be going over here. So I need to rethink them. Here's my cabbages. They are doing really well, especially considering they're not covered. It does look like something. Oh, yep, and there she is. I can see a cabbage moth caterpillar on there, so I'm gonna have to come and get that. It's just one of those things, like, you have to stay on it every day or they take over. My iceberg lettuce is looking really good. I have another cabbage here, which she looks untouched. It's also so interesting to me. Every time I put a cabbage or any type of brassica in these grow bags, they never seem to get touched. Like, literally, she's there and these ones are here, and I see at least one caterpillar on each of them, but nothing on that. So don't really know the research behind that, but very interesting to see just that difference. Over here, you can see my potatoes are through the roof. I think I'm going to fill up just a little bit of space that still has area for dirt and just top off what I can top off, and then they'll just be what they are. There's some carrots that have been started under there. And then this is where all of my onions are. They're doing really well. They're starting to like thicken up. So those are looking great. I've been coming and trying to make sure that they're standing upright. But again, I don't know if they're getting as much sun as they should. This is all still pretty shaded. Over here, I'm not really sure what's going on. I just, like I said, I haven't been here, but this is my garlic and all of these are laying over. So I'm not really sure if something like jumped in here and did that or what's going on with that, but I'm gonna check those out. So yep, that's where we are so far for April. And I assume by the next time I do my monthly garden tour, these beds will be full with our tomatoes, peppers. I'm gonna try an eggplant and a couple other fun things. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're excited to see all the things growing and taking off. I hope your gardens are taking off, and can't wait to show you what happens in another 30 days. Thank you. Bye.